G'day folks, and welcome to this playthrough of Ardennes 44, the Battle of the Bulge. I am using the Vassal module. My edition is, I think, first edition, so it's pretty old. So I've downloaded the living rules from December 2020, and I'll be using that rule set. I really can't remember how different it is to the rules I've got. But I'm pretty rusty on the old rules anyway. So I've gone through the new third edition living rules, December 2020, available on the GMT website on the Ardennes 44 page. You can check it out. This game, it's one of my favorites of all time. It's top 10 for me. I love the study of the road network. This is one of the things I love about Bulge games is the roads, and roads are key in this game. The cost of primary roads, the cost of secondary roads, there are some forest roads, but studying movement rates and trying to weave German units through there, trying to set up key US defensive positions, key choke points, things like that. It's a really fascinating study. We're looking here, the map runs east at the bottom, west at the top. So often when playing Bulge games, you're looking north-south. This is actually looking east down the bottom. You can see the compass rose down the bottom, actually. Here it is. So north is to the right. I'm using the quick setup. So normally with the setup cards, here we go, you'll have, for Germans at start, kind of a variable setup region. But this vassal module has a quick setup. Where you just click that and it kind of places in units where they think is kind of the best position for them. Saves a lot of time, saves me having to kind of think about it, and I'm just going to go with that, just roll with it however good or bad it may be. We've got Zockbons in this, in contrast to North Africa 41. What else do we have? We have got, what are some distinctive aspects of the rules? Blowing bridges. We have fuel shortages coming, I think, turn 7. There are automatic artillery supply, stacking of only 3 points, but you can have 2 steps of silhouetted units. The combat rules are fairly straightforward. There are charts here somewhere. That's the chart, player A chart. Here we go. Summary of CRT, so armor shift, and that's basically if you have a larger armor than your opponent, the attacking can gain that. Artillery support, of course, if the defender is broken or disrupted, that causes a shift rather than a modifier to their defense. Attacker advantage marker. Why would you gain an attacker advantage marker? I've just read the rules, I don't even remember what this was. Attacker advantage marker 16.6. This is applied in an ENG plus result. Okay, so engaged plus. During a firefight. So if you decide, there's firefight results on the table, and if you decide to, you can either call it an engage result, call it an engage result, or roll on this table. And if you gain an ENG plus, you gain an attacker advantage, which causes a column shift the next time you fight. And eventually, the Allies will have air support. Possibly, they'll have air support. Defensive artillery. So interestingly, defensive artillery, not guaranteed to cause a column shift. You have to roll on this table. This is defensive artillery. Allies have this time on target result, which automatically causes a hit on the attacker and causes a step loss and cancels the combat. We've got determined defences, but they're fairly simplified, and there is no desperate defence. This is the Yagos table for air defence, recovery as usual. This is a fuel shortage table. It's got the Von Height drop comping turn 3. Skorzeni's 150 Panzer Brigade, they can infiltrate, they get a column shift, may get a column shift, they may infiltrate, you have to roll for that. And in fact, I think this is the table that they roll to see if they're successful or not. There is surrender. So there's a lot of, you have to basically build up surrender points. Green, you need 3, veteran 4, elite 5 points of surrender. to hope to get these units to surrender. Because of the engaged result on the CRT, there is a disengagement table and there's a demolition table, a 1 to 4 with some modifiers that apply. That's a fairly straightforward summary. I probably won't need to use this. There are prime movers. Yeah, that's it. So I think we can probably about get started. So, let's head to the sequence of play, and I'll just double check the scenario instructions, make sure there's nothing specific that we need to worry about. I'm playing the full campaign. There are, in this one, let me show you. Here are the scenarios. A campaign game, then we've got a 6-turn scenario, 8-turn scenario, patterns counterattack, which I've never played before, and the extended game, additional 8 turns, from the 27th to the 30th. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to play through the campaign game. So I've set up everything. Everyone is set up. Place a turn marker, place a bridge blown marker on the 4 bridge sites. Okay, so that's already there. See the bridge blown markers? If I can, I wonder if I remove them, will that remove the markers? It will. So I've got some bridges blown between Echtenach and Vianden. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're blown. And bridges under construction on 5 and 6. You can see here's Dasburg and Gemund, I believe. Gemund Bridge. And then we've got the Uren Bridge up here, which when a unit tries to cross it, they need to roll, and a 1 to 4 it collapses. It's not blown, it collapses. But you treat it as blown. All artillery units start on their ready side. Something to remember is that when artillery units arrive, they arrive on their fired side. And that's it. There are no other scenario-specific instructions. Okay, so interestingly, a lot of the rules that I'd normally play with are optional in this rule. So night infiltration. Roadblocks. I love using the roadblocks. And fuel dumps. And the 18 factor attack limit. And the Grief Commando, once per game. So I might play with some of these optional rules. So each night marker that is not used may instead be used during the night turn to move 1 stack 1 hex called night infiltration. No, that's new. That's not what I was thinking. I probably won't use that, but I will definitely use the roadblocks marker. They can control hexes, slow any movement. They're like traffic markers. Oh no, I'm getting confused. There are traffic markers. No, I won't use that optional rule. No worries then. Okay. And I won't use the 18 factor limit. This rule reflects the difficulties of massing large numbers of troops. It will speed up play. No, I'm not really interested in that. We'll just see how we go. All right, so we can return to the sequence of play, and we begin with the German player turn, the artillery supply phase. Everyone's in supply. Fuel shortage, not worrying about this yet. The bridge phase, we don't have to worry about that yet. The movement phase. So here we go with the German movement phase. There's a special turn 1 rule where on turn 1 I can move. I'm allowed to move 1 German unit across the Sewer River down here. I mean, why wouldn't I be able to do that anyway? I don't know why that's a special rule. Let me double check this. Turn 1 special rules. 2/12. German units cross on the first turn only. Allow 1 unit to move into hex 1005 from 1006. Yeah, it must stop and then it's moving at hex. Why couldn't they do that anyway? I don't know, because I would have thought that I could just move across that river. So rivers, terrain effects chart, minor river hex side, I can tactical move across. Okay, so I want to try and get some of these, we'll get the 2/12 across, bring the whole thing over. They're in range, they're in range. And we might focus down here on Echtenach. So this is going to be a, is it a town hex or is it a city hex? It is a town hex. town hex, I think. City hexes are probably more distinct. They are going to be like Liège up here. City hex, Huy, Namur. That's it. Oh, way up there, Charleville, Sedan. If we get that far, which I don't think I will. So we're getting across there. To cross a river, yeah, infantry can tack move across, but it has to be their first hex, so I can't go 1, 2, for example. I can... the 276, let's zoom in a bit. Let's get them to focus. They're going to focus here. These guys are green, the white border, which I find interesting. You can have a maximum of 2 formations. All right, so there's no main attacking force, but you do have formations. So I'm going to bring the 276. Oh, wait. Yep, stacking of 3. You've got to watch stacking. Remember that I'm only allowed a stacking of 3 points plus free stacking units. So I cannot combine 2 units of the 276. Very interesting. I can do that. Oh no, there's a Zoc bond. Interesting. So I'll move in there, move in there. We'll get these fellows. They begin overstacked. They'll shift in there. All right, and then may not move on turn 1. They're attacking, the plan is to attack across that river. They're prohibited from moving, and I think they're prohibited from attacking because they can't, I don't think you can attack into terrain you cannot move into. Rules of combat. 2 formation limit. You can attach a unit. Rivers. Combat units that can cross the river, hex side, have their attack strength halved. Vehicle units have their attack strength halved if attacking across a hex side that they could not normally move across. So they can attack across, but they're halved and then rounded up, so they'd attack with 2. They can't move, but I can bring these guys around, and these guys can go tack move, tack move, or tack move, tack move. Yep. All right, they cannot move, but I can go tack move up there. I'm just going to keep my eye on the turn 1 restriction special rules. Neither side may use strategic movement. Okay, the 106th Division, no unit of the 106 may enter or attack. No unit of the 106th Division may enter or attack. Okay, we'll keep that in mind for later. This is, I think, 106, yep, through there. Okay, Zoc bond across there. We can move those guys up. Now this is a rough wooded, this with a green boundary. It's rough wooded, and you can see they're prohibited. Vehicle units are prohibited from crossing those hex sides unless they're following a road. We have got these guys. Now they are, what do I do? 2nd Panzer. This This game uses a more complex system of tank units, mechanized units, vehicle type units, non-mechanized type units, infantry type units, and artillery units. So there's 6 different categories of units, and they're often overlapping, as you can see in this unit type summary on the right here. So what I've got here is mechanized infantry. They are mechanized but not vehicles. Mechanized but not vehicles. So they can tack move into there. Okay, this is the complexity. They're mechanized but not vehicles. This particular formation. So they can tack move 1, 2 like so. No, wait, because I think there's a restriction that you cannot cross 2 rough wooded hex sides. This is another little rough wooded. Vehicle units may not cross. Infantry type units may only cross if they start adjacent. Infantry type units may not cross 2 non-road rough wooded hex sides in the same movement phase. So they can go up here, but they can't do what I was trying to do earlier. Yes, okay. Zockbon's through here, so I need to clear out this unit. But to do that, now there's another penalty with the rough wooded areas when engaging in combat, and it's a little bit complicated. Combat units attacking out of a rough wooded hex have their attack strength halved. So these guys are going to be halved attacking out of there. It's the only way they can really engage in combat. Hold on. That's under repair. They could move in. They can't because there's still the bridge there. Alright, so they'll have to hold. They can move up and hold. These guys can't do anything either. They'll move up and hold. Two steps of those can be stacking. These are two-step armor units, I believe. So 2 of those stacked for free. Then we've got 2 plus 1, so they can't join in. They'll have to hang back. Actually, maybe they can come around here and attack, so they can go. Learning the terrain cost. Secondary road is 1, primary half, so half, 1.5, 2.5. Right, that's legal. Then I'm just looking for a way to get maximum impact through here. 116th, 116th, 116th. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on that town. Now, another thing is, a terrain doesn't give multipliers. It provides a defensive combat bonus. So this defender in the village adds +2 to their defense. So this unit here will have defense of 4. So we're looking here at 2 to 1 at the moment. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I can bring this unit in, that'll give me 16 on 4, 4 to 1. Okay. And then let's send the other guys over here. We'll push them in. 106th. I'm kind of inclined just to kind of try to bypass them. So if I can shift the 62nd over here and shift those guys back to try to create like a bit of a Zoc bond without attacking this unit here. They've got a range of 3, that's great. They can't move, there's 106 there as well, so smashing through the 106. Oh, this is the Schneeifel, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not going to attack them on the first turn, though, or should I? A defense of 4 versus my attack of 12, so I'll have 3 to 1. Let's try and do that. I will try and smash straight through that primary road. But these guys will avoid the Schneeifel. They will advance to there. They will hold. A defense of 8. Now these Americans won't be able to move on turn 1, and on turn 2 they can only do tack move, I think. So, which way do I go? I'm going to try and maybe just hit those guys on the flank. 8, strength of 8. No, I'm not really strong enough. I can help the third Fallschirmjäger out though. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so that's movement in that area. Not a lot of movement up here in the north. So these guys cannot move. We should be able to get, I can attack across, but I cannot move across. So 7 plus 9 is 16, on 4 is 4 to 1, that's pretty good. Over here we've got a defense of 2 plus 2 is 4, I'll have 2 to 1 there. But I may, there's not a lot I can do to shift forces around. I can move 1 step there, that won't help at all. These guys have a defense of 4. Yeah, not a lot of flexibility up the top here. Maybe it's worth pushing through Hofen instead of Munchau, because they will have, in the town, plus 3 defense. They'll have a defense of 6. These guys will only have a defense of 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So if I can shift these around, even shift them up, because they can't move on turn 1. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I'll shift them down to create some Zoc bonds, just in case the Americans counterattack. I've seen it in this area. And that is the extent of German movement. Turn record track. Here's the second turn record track. So it's got all the reinforcements listed here. Just grab them from the track. That's pretty cool. That's German movement done. Making sure I followed the rules. I hope I did. No strategic movement. I didn't use anything. Okay, German movement complete. We now get to the rally phase. It's interesting that the rally phase happens here. All disrupted and broken units recover 1 level. Now we do combat. I'm going to start at the south again. We're going to try and get an attack on here. Now these guys, what did I say they were in? They're in a town, which gives them a plus 3 defense, so they're up to 5. So I'm going to go 10 to 5, which is 2 to 1, 3 to 1. 3 to 1, we will get the CRT. 3 to 1, what else do we have? No armor. We have artillery support, which I've used. Oh, wait. Why is it 1 or 2? I'm going to check this. 22.7. May use up to 2 artillery units for a maximum of 2 shifts. Look, let's use these guys as well. 1, 2, 3. So we had 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 4 to 1. Nothing for the defender. Let's roll the dice. Let's find the dice. Here we go. 4 to 1. 4 is a fire, fight, or engaged. Okay, because this is the first turn, I really want to push through. Let's. Oh, they can attack as well. So they'll join the attack as well. Sorry, they don't add anything, but that just means they can advance. Let's use a firefight. So pick a lead unit. Let's say these guys here. Actually, one of these stacked units here. They are neither green nor elite nor a tank unit, so no modifiers. And a roll of 3 is an A1 D1 result. The D1 result will kill them off. They will lose. Oh, I had another little unit below there. Lose a step, and I get a limited advance. which means I can advance into their hex and stop. Okay, no combat here. Over here, okay. So I'll try and bring everything I can. I've got but attacker across the river. Attackers are halved across, and it doesn't matter. It's unlike Salerno, where as long as you've got one attacker, I think in this case, it is every attacker is considered individually. So every attacking unit, combat units attacking across the river have their attack strength halved. Yep. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on 4. So 2 to 1, 3 to 1. Let's go with that and see what happens. It's a shame the dice are over here. I wish they were over on the left. 3 to 1. 4 is an exchange result. Okay, so in the exchange result, each side loses 1 step. So they lose a... I'm just going to check the rule on these fortifications. Improved positions, sorry. Just in case. Units have an improved units currently, blah, blah, blah. That's it, yep, so they lose a step. They are eliminated. The was it? It was 3 or 4 exchange. The attackers lose a step. They're going to take it from that kind of weaker unit. If the defender had only 1 step, then the attacker receives a limited advance, so I can shift into there. Oh, not with both of them though, only with one of them. Okay, they'll do that. And that is gone as well. So a bit of a breakthrough around this area. All right, we have combat here. We can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on 2 in a village is, I believe, 4. Yep, so defensive 4. So 10 to 4 is 2 to 1, 3 to 1 with the Neferwerfers, 3 to 1. Die roll of 2. 3, 1, 2 is a DR2 result and a regular advance. So that will go 1, 2, and we cannot advance across there. A regular advance. A regular advance is just 1 hex, I think, but in any direction. So we'll shift in there to keep the pressure on. Regular advance, 1 hex in any direction, yeah. So I think I'll do that to stop them kind of moving north. Moving this way, okay, so we've got 5, these guys are halved attacking out, so 5, 6, 7, 8 on 4, because they are in a little village, Horsingen. So 8 on 4 is 2 to 1. Do I have any artillery behind the lines here? 2 to 1. No. 2 to 1. Do I use it here? 2 to 1, yeah. 3 to 1. 3 to 1 roll of 1 is still a DR3 result. It's a weird CRT where a 1 is better than a 2 or a 3. It's okay, so low results are better in 1944. Okay, so 3 to 1, 1, DR3. They are broken and retreat 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. The attacker receives the bonus advance. The attacker receives the bonus advance. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm pretty sure I can advance into there. When is stacking calculated? Oh, look, let's just go 1, 1, 2, 3, and they'll go 1, 2. They didn't follow roads, so it's an extra point of road movement if you follow bonus advance, main advance 2 hexes in any direction. If a mechanized unit, they're not mechanized. Oh, but they can go 1, 2 like that, and these guys can go 1. Do they have to stop? I have a feeling they may have to stop, but I don't know why. You know, that's fine, that's legal. They can cross a non-road wooded rough side hex side if it's the first hex of their advance, then go 1, 2 like that. Yeah. Now I've got combat down here, and this is a bit risky. I've got 6. Maybe I should have saved my artillery. I've got some artillery here. We'll see how we go. Because they're halved attacking out of here. So it's 3 and 3 is 6 on 4. 1 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 1, 4 is a firefight plus 1. All right, but I do have, I'm going to pick this as my lead unit. Firefight plus 1, they're elite, so that's -1. Now I need to figure out if they're a tank unit. Because tank units, they're not tank units. Oh, no, they're not tank units. They are mechanized, but not tank. So, firefight, no modifiers. Die roll of 2 is a DR2 result. All right, so they will come back. They don't want to go into Clervaux because I don't want these guys. Actually, no, they will. They go back 2, and they are, as a result of combat, disrupted. But that unit isn't. And they can advance. DR2 is the de facto regular advance. So these are mechanized. So these guys can go 1, 2, and they can go 1, 2, 3 into Heinescheid. Captured it. Okay. So far, so good for the Germans. Things are looking pretty good. Now we're going to attack going on here, and this is a little village which provides +2. I'm going to throw everything at this. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16. I said, wasn't it? 16 on 4, which is 4 to 1. I do have an elite unit there. Oh, and armor. Armor 3. So the red number means that it is reduced by 1 when attacking. Right, so it's only 2, but it's still better than what they've got. So 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Elite unit doesn't matter for combat. So 5 to 1, and a die roll of 3. 5 to 1, 3 is a DR3. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, and they are broken. There's not a lot I can do in terms of my advance, but I can shift into there now. I can go shift into there. And I think I can go there. Okay. And I can go there. Now these two will attack this formation here in, I'm going to have to keep doing this, in a little village. Defense of 4. I've got 10, 15 on 4, which is 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. We'll go 4 to 1 and see how we go. So 4 to 1 with a die roll of 1 is a DR4. They are smashed. They are broken. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can now, so this is where I get bonus advance and breakthrough combat. Okay, so I can bring both of these units in here. I cannot stack any more. So I can't bring these guys in because this is a 2-step unit. One of these will stack for free. All right, so don't worry about those guys. That's 2 steps stacking for free. This is a 2-step unit, and this is 2 steps which will exceed my stacking. So this is my breakthrough group. I've got a strength of 10 on a defense of 6. Oh, do I worry about that? Do I bother at all? I wonder if instead of doing that, I shift down here instead. Because that's a tough hex. 6 defense in the woods. So you don't worry about it in the forest. Sorry, the forest, you either take the improved position modifier or the terrain modifier. So they'll take the improved position because the terrain only gives me a +1. Vehicle units are halved when they attack if they cannot enter the defender's hex. Right. These are vehicle units. But if they move up here, they're not halved because they can follow that road. 1-to-1. Now, with the breakthrough combat, I think in this one, you can actually use artillery. It's different to many others. Artillery on its ready side may be used, so I can get up to 2-to-1. I'd have the armour. No, I wouldn't have the armour because there's no armour shift possible, and elite doesn't matter. So I'd only be able to get it up to 2-to-1. With my really good 116th Panzer Division units, do I... 2-to-1. Let's have a look at the chart here. So 2-to-1 odds. Not a lot of chance of retreat here. Firefight, exchange, firefight, exchange. Yeah, I need more than it. Oh no, here we are. DDR2. I need to roll very low. Firefight. I could lead with an elite unit and a tank unit if I get that. There's 2 firefight results. Alright, I'm just convincing myself. Let's try it. 2-to-1. Throwing the... I'm going to move up here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move those guys up there. And they're going to go 1... They have to stop there. They can't move in here. So these guys are combining up here. 1. And they're attacking breakthrough combat here. Okay. And I'm using that artillery. So it becomes 1-to-1, 2-to-1. And a die roll, I want low. 2-to-1, 5. Where are my charts? 2-to-1, 5 is an engaged result. That's okay. Didn't lose a step. Place an engaged marker on the defending stack. You are engaged. That's okay. It's okay. Now we've got 12 on 4, which is 3-to-1. 3-to-1. I think we'll stick with 3-to-1 and see how we go. Yep, no other modifiers. Not using my artillery right here. So 3-to-1 and a die roll. 3-to-1, 6 is an engaged result. And down here, this is where I wanted to use my artillery. So I've got 5 on 2. Sorry, this is what I'm looking for. In a village, so it's 4. So 1-to-1, 2-to-1. The flat can only be used in defense. So we've got 2-to-1 and a die roll of 5 is an engaged result. So at least we're kind of pinning them down. No combat here. As we shift to the north, I'm going to throw a lot in here, I think. Let's come back to that last. I'm going to start up here. So they're on a defense of 4, and I've got 8. So 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 4-to-1, 4 is a firefight. Problem is my lead units are vulnerable. So firefight, take it as an engaged result or roll again. It means I'll add +1 to my firefight roll. Let's try it, I guess. A 6, that's an attacker 1. Attacker 1, you lose a step and you're engaged. Yeah, that's going to be frustrating. Okay, I don't think, was there much I can do around here? I can only have 2 formations. So I could try and get an attack on there. 8 on... Yeah, 8 on 4, 2 to 1. 3 to 1. 3 to 1, 6 is an engage result. Over here, maybe I've got some good strength here. I've got, no I don't, 10 on 4. It's 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 5 is a 5 fight plus 1. So I'll say this is the lead unit here. So, yep, this is the lead unit, and a die roll on the firefight table is a 3. It's an A1 D1 result, so I do lose them. They lose them. And I can advance into there. Yes, I can advance. I can advance into a Zoc bond to break it. And that's it. Okay. No, sorry. This last one here, with the 3rd Fallschirmjäger and the 18th Panzergrenadier. 18th. They've got a strength of 7, plus 9 is 16. On 4 is 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 because of the tank. 6 to 1 because of the tank. That's a good odds ratio. 6 to 1, 6. Not a good die roll though, it's a firefight. I'm going to designate the tank unit as the lead unit to give me a -1. And a 2-1 is going to be a D1 result. All right, so that's gone. They're killed. And a D1 result gives me a regular advance. Okay, so I can go now. Regular advance, 2 hexes, 3 if I follow the road. 2 hexes, no, regular advance, it's just 1 for infantry. These guys can go 1, 2, 1, no, they're going to follow the road. 1, 2, and they've got ASUs exert. I might go 1. We'll go 1. Their infantry 1, 2, and the tank will go to ASUs exert a zone of control. Let's double check this rule, because if they don't, I can just get that 1 extra hex of advance. Otherwise, I have to stop in their zone of control. It's unclear. It's not summarised in the Zoc area. Is there a section on ASUs? Artillery units, yes. Section 19. Nope. Page 19. Okay, so artillery units have Zocs but can't form Zoc bonds. So yes, they do block. So what's the best way to maybe get in here? It's a regular advance. There's nothing really too advantageous here. I might just, they can't advance that way. They have to go this way. Okay, they can't cross that line. And they'll hold there because I can't stack any further. Okay, all good. That's it for German combat. That's their first turn done. Combat phase, traffic marker phase. Okay, so we receive traffic markers to slow enemy units. During this phase, I may place any of my traffic markers that are in my traffic marker holding box. Here we go, got heaps. So I've got a lot of units in my traffic marker holding box. I can place any of my traffic markers, so I can place 6 of these markers out and about. Okay, let's check the turn record track. No. We don't place this until 24.5, 24.8. Allied can place theirs on turn 1. The German does not receive his until turn 3. That should be clearer. So no grief markers on this turn. The supply and surrender phase, I'm pretty confident everyone is in supply. Victory check phase, nothing to do. So now we get to the Allied player turn. Artillery supply, nothing to do. Fuel shortage, nothing to worry about. German turn only. Bridge phase 7.1. This is where they can voluntarily blow. I'm just looking where there might be a possible bridge. Does Uren, we've also got the Berg-Roulon bridge here, and okay, so basically there's two chances, two opportunities to blow bridges in the combat phase when an attacker tries to attack across, and in this bridge phase where the allies, for example, can voluntarily attempt to blow bridges in a friendly phase. You have to have a unit within 1 hex, so I'm thinking like this unit here is in the hex and there's a bridge right next to it, but can I blow the Uren bridge? No bridge blowing is allowed on turn 1, of course, so there's no demolition. Lucky I saw that. So no bridge phase, movement phase. Allied movement phase. I am going to, what am I going to do here? So in the past, I've struggled historically with the Allied flanks. Down here with the 4th Infantry Division, I've really struggled. And the Germans have done very well. They've almost always exceeded historical outcomes in terms of blocking these entry hexes. So I really want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'm going to tack move. The forests only give me +1. I am going to hold these guys here. I've got a big 9th Armoured CCA up here. Where are they going to go? They might shift to the north and stop the Germans. They're going to go 1, 2, I think, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, was that right? Terrain effects chart for a mech unit on a secondary road, yep, 1 per hex. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to there. It stops them tack moving across because it creates a Zoc bond, forces them to attack across the river if they want. It also creates a Zoc bond up here. And I'm almost tempted, I know this looks, that's a vulnerable position, but I'm almost tempted to defend there with 2 units. I'll just very quickly check there's no reinforcements on turn 1. And now, you know what? I might just pull back and retreat. Might cross the river. Cross the river, create a Zoc bond. That's going to defend with a strength of 5, I want to say off the top of my head. Yep. That's going to be attacker halved. So this is pretty solid defense up here. Big gaps out here though. So these guys are broken. And I didn't check broken rules. Usually with full retreat, when an enemy moves adjacent, you must retreat 2 additional hexes. I'm just going to double check if that's... No, No, it doesn't say that. So that's a bit different. So the broken unit can only tack move. They're going to tack move back to Eichweiler. The disrupted infantry down here is going to tack move away as well to safety. I would like to do something around here. So they're pulling back. They can't move on turn 1. I'll hold the tanks here. This infantry, they'll hold there because they're broken. They'll recover. They're holding the bridge. They're fine there. They're engaged. They'll hold. They're engaged. I'll hold this area because it's just engagement results everywhere. I think I'll hold here as well. And these guys will tack move up a bit just to be close. Okay. Now there's these guys out here in Vilsam. Do I bring them into Saint-Vie? They're engaged. The situation here is stable. I'm not too worried. I did not like... Okay, so here's the problem here. So let's get this guy, and along these primary roads, they're half movement. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That then lets me pull this artillery back out of the way. I can give them trucks. Where are my trucks? Allied trucks. I'm pretty sure I can bring trucks in on turn 1. Can I do truck movement? There's no strategic movement. Maybe I can't. Turn 1 restrictions. Neither side may use strategic movement. And this relates to truck markers. So I'm just going to double check. Okay, mechanized units can use strategic movement, double their movement allowance. I'll add that. Truck markers. Allied non-mechanized units must be assigned trucks to use strategic movement. Now, because assigning a truck counts as strategic movement, they can't do it. So instead, they'll just pull 1 back. They can move 1 hex. And I'm just going to check because in other rules, there are penalties for ASUs that move. They cannot move and fire. If they move more than 1 hex, they must flip. So they've moved 1 hex, they can stay like that. That's it, pretty much. That's it, okay. Okay, the reverse side is used to indicate that they've moved more than 1 hex. So if I flip these guys over, they can move 5. 1, and they'll move back into Saint-Vie. Okay. All right. So I've got the cavalry moving up. Things here are pretty... Okay, Germans had a good turn, but there's engaged results along here is frustrating the advance to Saint-Vie. Everything along here is pretty good. We're holding. A little bit worried about this potential unit here, but they're not going to be able to do much, so we'll just hold for the time being. And that's it. The Allies are not doing a great deal. In the rally phase now, okay, rally phase, this is 18.6. During the rally phase, all friendly units that are not adjacent automatically recover. So they recover to disrupted. They recover to disrupted. They recover their disruption altogether. They recover to disrupted. And that's it. Now I do expect more attacks on those disrupted units, but they are slowing down the Germans. I just want to check the engaged result. They may not, engaged units may not move. They can attempt to withdraw. They may not begin the construction. They're removed in the owning player's combat phase. Okay, so that's removed, that's removed, that's now removed. That's removed, and that's removed. The owning player's combat phase, that's it. The Allies are holding line, not too concerned. A bit of a gap through here, but it's not a great road through here. Yeah, okay. Nothing too scary, right, for now. The traffic marker phase. So the Allies, as I said earlier, they get all their traffic markers on turn 1. Not using these roadblocks, we're just using these traffic markers. And yeah, this will basically slow down the Germans. Potentially a lot. So, place all available traffic markers. Where am I going to put these? I might put them... Put one there. Oh, let's check the... Where can I place them? Traffic marker. May not be placed on or adjacent to one another. Cannot place them in a St. bottleneck hex. These are the yellow hexes there that cost 4 extra movement points. They can be placed anywhere, in or out of enemy zones of control. In hexes occupied by German units. At start setup areas, behind or in front of enemy lines. So yeah, a lot of freedom here. Just going to move them kind of into the center of the map so they're easy to grab. So I've got one here. I'm going to put one in Marnock, one in Hosingen. Let's try and slow them down as they move. What are the Germans going to do? Let's put one in... what are they going to do? I'm not worried about the south so much. Where are the bridges? Dasburg Bridge. Yep, coming across, slowing down there. Could slow them down through Heinescheid. Okay. We've got the 4 here. This here, Berg Relon, just in case it falls and they try to advance. And maybe one around Schonberg. Yep, we'll do that. I'm pretty happy with those. Now, after placements, we roll 2 dice and remove them. So I remove a 4 and a 3. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one as well. We've still got the Marnock one. That's okay. So we're kind of, yeah, that's frustrating. It's kind of opening gaps for the 2nd Panzer, 116th, possibly to move through. Okay, so that's the bottleneck. Traffic marker phase done. Supply and surrender. You know what? Okay, so maybe we've got supply issues down here. Do we check supply on turn 1? I think we do. I don't remember reading anything about not checking supply. Yep, we check supply as far as I can gather. And supply has the... okay, so supply parts. Overland portion is 4 hexes long. So this unit here, for example, they're fine. They're fine. These guys are not. Hold on, it cannot enter an enemy occupied hex it can enter a vacant hex in an enemy Zoc in the first hex. So this unit, where was it? Here, for example, can trace supply to here, and then here, and then, yeah. This unit, however, first hex here, second hex, it's blocked. So they are out of supply. And they are out of supply. Okay, but everyone else is pretty happy with supply. They can trace supply, they can trace supply. Not a problem down here in the south. Up in the north, everything looks good. Or good. So only 2 US units out of supply on turn 1. Yep, so supply phase is done. Victory check phase. Not going to worry about that. That's the end of the turn. Advance the game turn marker. 1 box. Turn record track. We advance to turn 2. And I'll pause it here, but let's just have a quick look at what's coming. We have got, oops, wrong button, that button. No bridge blowing still. Gemund and Dashberg bridges are repaired. RRD units can move 1 hex. Roll for the 9th armoured, 27.8. Roll for 9th armoured CCB, 27.8. This is 27.8. No, because 27.8 is the Panzer Brigade 150. I don't know why I'm rolling for the 9th armoured. 9th armoured, what's going on with the 9th armoured? No idea. 9 armour. There is nothing in the rulebook referring to this. So I suspect this is a remnant from a change the rules. I'm just checking the 3rd edition changes. I can't see anything about 9th armoured. So I don't know what that's referring to, but I'll worry about it when I return. Folks, for now, look, the Germans, not a lot of step losses, which is good. Probably a bit of balance. I think the Allies have done pretty well to just fall back. They have, the Germans are across the bridges, across the river, I should say. But a lot of these engaged results have really slowed down the Germans in the central north area. Yes, they're across the River here. This bridge can be blown. I think as they advance across it. I'll double check the demolition rules, but no, they have to be combat when they attack across it. So no, maybe not. So they may be able to get across the Clerve River. These guys are weak. That's going to be 2 to 1. If that unit just moves in there, it's 2 to 1, becomes 3 to 1 because they're disrupted. Yeah. Oh, maybe there's a... Nope, no special unit coming on for the Americans. Okay, so yeah, interesting start. More to come soon, folks. Thanks for watching and take care.